know, it's right around that time. It's around free agency time. That's why I got my Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl 52 Super Bowl champ shirt on. Well, mainly because I was just looking for whatever Eagles shirt I could put on. And I put this one on, got the logo in the background. You can read by the title and you can tell by the thumbnail, you know what I'm going to talk about. But before I start talking about possibilities for free agency, for the 2022 free agency for my team, the Philadelphia Eagles, I want to address the fan base as a whole, because we go through this every year around free agency time. After the Super Bowl, going into free agency, up until free agency period's over and everyone signed with their teams and free agency period's been complete. We go through this every year. It's always this talk about, okay, we could get this guy. Should we get this guy? What do you think about this guy? What do you think about this guy? Oh, there's rumors linking and Le'Veon Bell to sign with the Eagles. Now he's a free agent. This was back in 2019, of course. Or, oh, there's those rumors linking that Deshaun Watson might be going to the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, there's always these rumors that's going to happen. Oh, the Eagles could trade Hurts to the Seahawks and get for Russell Wilson. You know, every year there's always those rumors just floating around that we could get this guy, we could get this guy, we could get this guy, yada, yada, yada. We see it all the time. Right, especially over the past month, there's been all this discussion about possibly, first there was Juju Smith-Schuster's name thrown that the Eagles could get him. And of course, people are still trying to go on with the Deshaun Watson crap, which, look, can you just stop already? You guys just don't get it. No, I think you do get it. But you know what it really is? A lot of it's all gossip and talk just for ratings and for views. That's all it is. It's all about ratings and views, especially for people that talk about football during that time between the Super Bowl and free agency where there's not much going on. It's just a bunch of for views and ratings. That's all it is, most of this talk right here. And that's why I don't come on here making these videos speculating about whether or not, Hassan Reddick's going to return to the Eagles. And look, I'll say this while I'm still on my mind. I mean, it is possible he could return to the Eagles. It's possible he could it'd definitely be a fit returning. But that doesn't mean that's going to happen, though. I'm not going to speculate it just based off random rumors thrown out there, because most of these rumors are just thrown out there for clicks and for ratings. So I'm not going to bother talking about it and fool myself into believing that, oh, Hassan Reddick's going to return. Or I didn't fool myself into thinking that we could somehow get Russell Wilson. I never fooled myself into thinking we could get Deshaun Watson. And I was to talk about random talk about possibly getting Tyrann Mathieu, which, dude, the only link to that is that Andy Reid's their head coach, who's connected to the Eagles past. That's the only thing possibly suggesting that at all. Other than that, what evidence is there to suggest that Tyrann Mathieu's coming to the Philadelphia Eagles? I mean, chances are most likely he'd be more likely to re-sign with Kansas City than he would be to come to Philadelphia at this point. So it's all just, a lot of it's talk and speculation. I'm not going to indulge into that. What I am going to do is I'm going to start to give my proposal and my suggestions of what I think could possibly happen. First of all, I got my Kindle right here, little Kindle laptop on NFL.com. I got a list in front of me of all the free agents from the different teams that are going to the market. So I'm going to read off the Eagles, guys. And here we go. Okay, so Jordan Howard. Okay, so obviously Jordan Howard, we know the Eagles, sign him, let him go, bring him back. Certainly possible we could bring Jordan Howard back again. I mean, obviously the Eagles like to use him. We know that when he's on the field, he's helpful for the Eagles. So they could definitely bring him back. Or they might decide to at least try incorporating Kenneth Gainwell more into year 2 and see what he does. So Jordan Howard's someone we could possibly bring back. Right there. That's a possibility that could happen. We'll see if it actually does happen, though. And I'll definitely talk about it if it does happen or if he ends up signing elsewhere. Okay, got Derek Barnett. Okay, you know what, Derek Barnett, I made a video back in August or something about top 5 Eagles players on the hot seat for the 2021 season. Click on the icon in the top right-hand corner. You can check that video out if you want to. I put Derek Barnett on that video for players on the hot seat. 2021, he didn't do anything to show that we should bring him back. Let him go to the Titans. Let him go to the Jets. Let him go wherever. I think we can definitely replace Derek Barnett either in free agency or the draft. Ryan Kerr, again, wasted signing. Forget about it. He didn't do anything in it. We can move on from him. We can always find someone else. We can find a rotational guy that's actually going to play somewhere. Move on. Sign Ridgeway. I don't know about that one. don't know about that one. I mean, depends on if we who we can find possibly in free agency, or if we have our eyes set on a someone on the D line in the draft. But we could bring him back for a 1-year deal, maybe. We could bring him back to El Mentor. Someone's going to groom his shoe. Could bring back, but I wouldn't be disappointed. I do feel Hassan Ridgeway is someone we can replace in the long run anyway. So I wouldn't be too disappointed if they decide to move on from him. As far as the secondary goes, you got the main ones are Steven Nelson, Anthony Harris, Rodney McLeod. Look, you can bring back Rodney McLeod. At least someone you want to bring back. He started to come on late in the season. He was one of the key contributors to that hot streak late in the season. So we definitely bring him back. Steven Nelson, Anthony Harris. Look, now this isn't something I would usually say. Most people don't say in a free agency visit. So you're probably not expecting to hear this. But I think when it comes to the defense, really, as long as Jonathan Gannon's still the defensive coordinator, look, some of the players that are going to shine on their own, like Darius Slay, Rodney McLeod, they're going to shine on their own regardless. As far as like getting the guys like the Anthony Harrises of the world, the Steven Nelsons of the world, look, we bring them in, but ultimately if the system doesn't improve, it's not going to mean much. You can re-sign those guys if you want to, or you can find replacements. But if our defensive system doesn't improve, Jonathan Gannon doesn't get better as a defensive coordinator, which I don't see that, which I see most likely happening. He's not going to get better. It's not going to make much of a difference if you bring these guys back and give them another opportunity to prove themselves with the Eagles. It's not going to make a difference. Steven Nelson had some flashes here and there throughout the right season, but he didn't impress. He didn't do anything to impress. And Anthony Harris, he didn't really do much at all. I apologize. I had to sneeze again. But as I was talking about the secondary. So Anthony Harris, okay, he had a decent season last year, okay statistical season, but our defense still has a lot of holes in it. It's probably due to the coaching. So if the coaching doesn't improve, you can re-sign Anthony Harris or try to sign somebody else, all you want to. But at the end of the day, that's not going to mean much. Now, I know that seems off subject with who to sign, not sign on free agency, but when it comes to the defense, the coaching does play a big role, because if that doesn't improve, we don't get better, defensively, we don't have better coordinating, better coaching, better game planning. It's not going to make much of a difference who we sign, don't sign in free agency. So that's why I'm going to say that there. Now, as far as some possibilities that the Eagles players they could sign in free agency, let's get right to it. It's not going too long. Amari Cooper, hey, if the Eagles, they could possibly make a steal right here. And I know people speculate, but I don't know, though. But how much money is Amari Cooper going to want, though? You got to consider these things, though. We talk about the possibility that, this Amari Cooper could come. Christian Kirk could come. Allen Robinson could come. But you got to consider things like, how much money are these guys going to want? How much do they want to play for a winning team? Do they want a combination of the two? Are they going to look for other options beside the Eagles? You got to consider these things. But, I think out of some of the names thrown out there, Allen Robinson would be a nice addition. Amari Cooper would be a nice addition. Christian Kirk, those would all be nice additions. Any of those three, obviously an upgrade over Jalen Reagor and J-Jaw easily upgrades over those guys. At the same time, it's possible we could get one of those guys possibly. But I'm thinking most likely maybe Christian Kirk is a possibility. I don't have all the inside scoop, but I'm thinking that's a possibility. Allen Robinson, he could come to the Eagles, but I'm thinking he might want to go to a team where he's number one receiver, because he was coming off being franchise tagged by the Bears. He was franchise tagged for them last season, so he might want some number one receiver money. Amari Cooper may want some big bucks too. I'm thinking out of the three, Christian Kirk, because Christian Kirk's always been like a number two, number three guy. So he might be okay coming to the Eagles. He might accept his role with the Eagles best out of the three. So I'm thinking that's most likely a possibility. It's possible Hassan Reddick, he could come back. It's possible, but hey, if he's willing to come back, I'll take it for now. But we also got to focus on the draft too. And really, that's all I got to say. I just wanted to come on here, give my opinion on who I think is possibly likely to sign with the Eagles, who I think they should go after, who they should get rid of, who I think they should try to bring back. So those are my opinions right there. Also, I think Derek Barnett's obviously one they can move on from. I do think they should maybe at least try to bring Jordan Howard back. I wouldn't mind the idea of bringing Hassan Reddick back. Obviously, Ryan Kerrigan can go. I do think out of the main wide receivers proposed, like the Allen Robinsons, Juju Smith-Schusters, Amari Coopers, Christian Kirk, I think Christian Kirk would be the best fit. I think he's most likely to accept. Some of the other guys like Allen Robinson want number one wide receiver money. Obviously, that wouldn't work because Devontae Smith's our number one wide receiver. We're setting him up to be our number one guy. So that's why I don't see like an Allen Robinson or Amari Cooper could work. That might be a little bit, especially if we're really consistent on going with Devontae Smith being our number one wide receiver. But I do think Christian Kirk would be a good fit. And I'm not sure if Amari Cooper would want to come here. There is the possibility they might sign the Patriots, but who knows if that's the case or not. Amari Cooper might want to go elsewhere. But yeah, those are my opinions right there. You guys let me know in the comment section who you would like to see the Eagles go after, who you think's likely to sign with the Eagles. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, do so. So feel free to drop a like, show your support for the channel. Most of all, everyone watching, have a wonderful day or night. Nikki Stee signing off, and I'll see you next time.